Welcome to this 4,500 points battle between the Empire of the Sunstal and the Vermin Swarm. The Vermin Swarm are generaled by Knowlaugh, while the Empire of Sunstal is generaled by me, Watertheplant. So the battlefield here is a forest, a field, a hill. Here we have a building, another field, a water feature, and in another forest. The Empire have fielded from the right 19 Imperial Guards with the hand weapon and shield and banner of speed, with a Marshal General with a great weapon and 1-up armor save. 11 State Militia skirmishing with pistols. 7 Electoral Cavalry with great weapon, a cannon. 20 Heavy Infantry with a standard bearer and a hand weapon shield. A mortar back there is standing on a ruin. Here we have another 19 Imperial Guards with hand weapon and shield and war standard, and a battle standard bearer with 1-up save. 10 State Militia skirmishing with pistols. 24 Flagellants with a prelate. The prelate is only equipped with paired weapons. This is a buff wagon with the arcane shield, grants distracting. Then we have a steam tank, another 20 heavy infantry joined by a wizard with 4 spells from pyromancy. And lastly we have 12 light infantry with crossbows.
For the Vermin Swarm deployments, we have a Dreadmill, we have 20 giant rats with a BSB, a Tethys Broodmaster, who has the Ring of Fire, a Rattling Gun, a Lightning Cannon, and a unit of 26 Rat-Axe Arms with a Meat Grinder, 11 Plague Disciples in the back. In the center we have a group of 40 Plague Brotherhood and the Plague Prophet on the Pendulum. We have a Vermin Demon. This is a Deceiver, and behind him is a Globe Launcher. We also have 34 slaves over on the flank.
And let's not forget about your gutter rats.
Of course, my ambushing gutter rats. We're standing by.
Can't wait to have them pop up and eat up my artillery park.
For magic, my Plague Prophet, he got a Totemic Summon and Break the Spirit, while the General and the Vermin Demon, he got the Grave Calls, Mark for Doom, and Hand of Glory. I also have the Bound spell.
And for the Empire, my Wizard has Pyroclastic Flow, Cascading Fire, Immolation, and Scorching Salvo, while the buff wagon has his No Die Enemy, and the Prelate has his 3 bound spells.
So Vermin Swarm movements turn 1. I've jotted my army up to the men who are shivering over there in their corner, over by the one objective, which is plopped down right there in the middle. The other objective is right here, under my Rat-at-Arms. My Dreadmill opted to try to get more into the center, while my Vermin Demon hides behind the hill for now. And let's see if we can do some damage in magic. Okay, I tried to cast the Grave Calls. I got a 6 to his 4 die. Tried to cast the Grave Calls on his engine, but he dispelled it, so I had 3 die to cast my Totemic Summon.
And through pretty shitty.
Yeah, pretty shitty. But now we've done away with all my bad rolls.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go get him. So for shooting, I elected to put on some lovely ambient music to show that I just took out 3 of the guys from the mage bunker. My lightning cannon shot into the mortar, and the mortar now only has 1 wound left. Also took out 3 of the other statemen. Is that what they're called, statemen?
Heavy infantry.
Heavy infantry, okay.
Empire of Sonsdal, turn 1 movement. My light or other state militia moved up here to chaff the vermin demon, while these heavy infantry slogged 2 inches backwards. Steam tank pivoted on the spot. Flagellants moved up, while arcane engine moved back here to support these 2 units, while also now being in a clear shot from the lightning cannon. So you can see the rest of the infantry here is logged up a bit, while these skirmishing state militia moved up. And on the flank, I gave on the double order to these Imperial Guards, who are now pressuring the Vermin Swarm's right flank. On to magic. Empire of Sonsdal, magic phase 1. Winds of magic are 5 and 1. So defending player has 5 dispel. I channeled, so I have 7 power die. I start with the pyroclastic flow with 3 die on the vermin demon, and I got it off and rolled 10 hits, wounding on 6s. Woo! That's a hell of a lot 6s and quite lucky.
3 wounds.
You have a 5-up ward save.
First armor save.
Yeah, with a -1 modifier.
Yeah. So 6s. No, ward saves.
Hey!
So lost 1 wound.
1 wound. Alright. Out Scorching Salvo, which I threw very high at, forcing him to just empty out his dispel pool in order to stop it, leaving me with Immolation open.
Okay. For shooting, he shot at my general with the steam tank cannon and the handgunners, but the guys who managed to slip a wound through were those little farts over there. He just got a hit off on my big Plague Brothers unit with a mortar.
Yep.
So that's 36 hits.
Yes, area attack 6. 6 in each row, 6 ranks, 36 hits. Lost 1 hit due to Lucky Shield on the general. And the strength 6 hit did not wound, so I now have 34 hits, strength 3 versus your toughness 4. That's 5s. I'm throwing 17 dice twice. Let's see some 5s and 6s. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So this is after movement. Vermin Swarm turn 2. And a lot has happened. I decided to charge with my Giant Rats and BSB's units into the skirmishers.
Yeah, state militia.
Mm-hmm. The Dreadmill rolled into the middle of the table, while my Plague Disciples were held back against their own will. I scuttled my man-at-arms back in anticipation.
They are rats, not men.
And we have here a double charge with my Plague Furnace and my General into these skirmishers over here. So that will be a hard battle, no doubt.
Yeah, we can also do a quick overview of the battlefield. So we have Imperial Guards, State Militia, Giant Rats, Electoral Cavalry, Heavy Infantry, Imperial Guards, Dreadmill, Plague Disciples, Rattling Gun, Rattled Arms, Lightning Cannon, Globe Launcher, Flagellants, Arcane Engine, Steam Tank, Heavy Infantry with Wizard, Plague Pendulum, and what are they called? Plague Monks?
Yep.
State Militia, Vermin Demon,
Plague Brotherhood, to be
Plague
sure.
Brotherhood, yeah, we're playing 9th, of course. And we have some slaves
Yep.
and light infantry. Also, these guys came onto the table, pressuring my artillery feedback.
Looking to eat some artillery.
Yeah. Alright, on to magic and shooting.
Okay, so for magic, I got 10 power dice to your 6.
Yes.
I tried to weaken the mage bunker again. I really want to make his mage flee. That's my wet dream. So I did grave calls, I got it off, but he dispelled it. I also cast Break the Spirit on the flagellants. I got that off as well with an overwhelming power, taking out 3 of my dear brothers. And then lastly, I went for the totemic summons, and I brought out a little boy over here,
Chaffing up the electoral cavalry.
chaffing up his electoral cavalry. All right, on to shooting.
And we're live from Vermin Swarm shooting phase 2. After the lightning cannon shot at the arcane engine,
Over there.
chipping off 3 wounds. We now have this,
Globe launcher,
yeah,
hitting the
Imperial Guards.
Imperial Guards. 12 shots.
12
hitting on
shots.
5. Whoa.
Have a look at this. How many misses did you get?
I got 3 misses.
3
so
misses out of 12, so that's okay.
Slightly over par.
Slightly over par.
It's an eagle, I guess, in golf terms.
Yeah,
Okay. So 4 plus.
4 plus indeed. This could be rather bad.
Only got 5 of them.
Only 5.
Only 5.
Only 5 Imperial Guards. Alright.
See how the weapon gets, or the. Well, we can do the panic test as well.
Yeah, because you killed 5, right?
I did. So
Yes. So if you hand me 2 die.
far. They had the BSB in there, so
Yeah, it's leadership 9 with reroll. That's a fail.
that's a fail.
12, and then
I see you shaking. Oh,
so first I rolled 12, and then I rolled 2.
yeah.
We're in the clear.
So for shooting, I did some damage to his troops over here with all that I had. My gut rats finished off the mortars, so now we're doing some panic tests on the surrounding units.
Yeah, you managed to kill off 2 heavy infantry here and 3 Imperial Guards on top of the already 5 from the globe launcher. I passed leadership on the arcane engine, and for the cannon, we're all within 12 of the BSB. Cannon is fine, so that's a 7. And the heavy infantry is also fine.
Right,
We're in the clear.
on to close combat. Okay, so for close combat, over here, it turned out to be a very even fight. My BSB, he fluffed, but luckily I had 14 attacks with my giant rats, and I hit with 4 or 5, and I wounded with 4. So I managed to kill
A total of
total of 4.
yeah,
So when he got to swing back,
with 14 attacks.
full of bravos and confidence, you managed to hit with 1,
Yeah.
and you didn't wound.
No, I killed 1 rat, dude.
You did kill
I killed
one rat.
one rat
You killed
before
one
my
rat.
poor state militia was overrun by, or rather, they fled and got pursued down.
They got up to broken.
Indeed.
Over here, I actually managed to kill that unit as well.
This 10 state militia, who would have thought?
During my overrun, I was contemplating overrunning with both of them, trying to get my vermin demon into their mage bunker on a roll of a 11. We've been hard pressed. My Plague Brotherhood, the plan was for them to overrun out of arc of the flaggies, but it turns out that they had to stop within 1 inch of them over here.
Yeah.
So now they are. Well, let's look forward to the next round.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
You must, yeah, it would, like, if you had rolled a 7 and you weren't blocked, you might have gotten away from the fledges. So you had a decent chance of getting away from them. Yeah. All right. Well, can you quickly mention why you didn't overrun with the Vermin Demon?
With the Vermin Demon? Well, first of all, it was that there's an 11-inch charge, so there's a good chance I'll fail. If I fail, I'll be standing about right here, and then he can elect to charge with this, or he can get his steam tank into my general. If he charges out with the other units towards the slaves or something. And I didn't want my general to be stuck all the way out there. So now he's in another threatening position for him. He has to do something with his bunker, and he's still within the leadership bubble.
Yeah. Empire of Sonsdal, turn 2. Lots of charges. Electoral cavalry charged this totemic beast, while the heavy infantry charged the giant rats in their flank. Imperial guards. This unit was given the order 1+ move for a total of 6 in move and charged on a 13. So that I needed a 7 on these plague disciples. Got in. The other unit of Imperial Guards charged the Dread Mill, while this guy over here, the Arcane Engine, moved up to buff all the Empire units. Flagellants charged the flank of the Plague Brotherhood, losing 5 flagellants to dangerous terrain because of Break the Spirit. Steam tank roll into their flank, while the mage,
The front.
yeah, the steam tank into their front, and the mage can be seen here alone.
Over there.
Yeah, left his heavy infantry unit. Heavy infantry marched forward to chaff Vermin Demon. And that's about it for movement. Age of Empires. Okay, so Empire of Sonsdal, not Age of Empires. Age of. Oh man. Okay, so I'm a bit flustered, as you can hear. For magic, I got off 1 spell, 10 die versus 7 pyroclastic flow on the
general.
Yeah. Did 0 wounds.
Yeah.
You got.
Well, you did 1 wound, but I ward saved it.
Ward saved it. Yeah. And the rest got dispelled. And my light infantry over here shot at the Vermin Demon. Did 0 wounds. While my cannon misfired and jammed, which is why I was a bit flustered. So no effect from magic and shooting. And we're on to close combat. The Electoral Cavalry faced off against the Totemic Summon. They won combat, did 2 wounds, he did 0. He broke, fled, and the Electoral Knights reformed to face these skirmishes. Heavy infantry in the flank of the Giant Rats. Heavy infantry won combat and broke the Giant Rats with BSP. They ran 11, teetering on the edge of the board but not off the table. Heavy infantry pursued 3. This Imperial Guard unit killed off the Dread Mill, while this Imperial Guard unit went for a bit of a tougher fight than I had anticipated, losing 12 models in total and 1 wound on the general, doing 5 back and sticking with stubborn leadership 9. So that is the Imperial Guard lost combat. Over here for the big clash, the Flagellants and Steam Tank did a total of 2 wounds more than the Plague Brotherhood and Pendulum. But as they are stubborn, they stuck.
I challenged the champion of the Flagellant units and killed him.
So that's pretty much it.
Yep. Okay, so this is after Vermin Swarm movement, turn 3.
Yeah.
I did a lot of charges, and I, as we will see, made a lot of charges as well. My Vermin Demon charged into the State Militia.
Not the State Militia, the Heavy Infantry.
The Heavy Infantry. They first failed their terror check, but then they passed it with the gleaming icon. My slaves made a whooping 12-inch charge into the crossbow boys. That's what we call them around here. The Red Arms charged into the BSB's unit, and they got in. And my gutter rats, they charged into the engine, who only has 2 wounds left. In other news, my BSB's unit rallied, as did my totemic summons. My weapon teams are now starting to be looking for combat. So this is an overlook of the board.
At Vermin Swarm, phase turn 3?
Yeah. So for magic.
So, Vermin Swarm magic phase, you got...
9 die to your 4.
Yeah. That was because you got 2 4s and a channel.
That's right. So I got Grave Calls. I was trying to get that off on his mage, which is 2 to 6 strength 5 hits. I got it off on a 17. Watertheplant, he tried to dispel it with 4 die, but he failed. So
it's a 16.
You do 2 to 6.
Double ones. It's 8 strength 5 hit versus my wizard beat toughness 3. Doesn't look too good, does it? And he's dead. Splat.
He dies.
He dies.
Okay. So for magic, nothing much else happened. He dispelled my totemic summons. I got the Ring of Fire off, but it didn't do. It only killed 2 of those guys. For shooting, I'll do a Rattling gun into the
Heavy infantry.
Heavy infantry over there. I'll only do 2d6. That's 14. They are within short range, so I'll hit them on 4s. That's 4, 5. 14 on 4s. That's 7 hits. 3 plus. That's 7 wounds as well.
We have no armor save, so that's a panic test, which failed, and reroll failed. They fled.
So for the rest of the shooting, my lightning cannon missed his cannon in the duel of the cannons, the legendary duel.
Legendary duel.
Over here, my slaves, they killed 3 of the light infantry. He killed 3 back. So I win by 4. He failed his break test, and now he has to run. I will pursue.
And I'm running 11.
11. I will run 11 as well, of course.
Yeah, alright.
So the rest of the close combat, my general hacked into the heavy infantry, but they are steadfast and stuck. The big grind keeps grinding. I called out a challenge to his prelate. He did not accept, so I put 2 wounds on his stank instead and only killed 1 flagellant. He killed a lot of mine back, but I'm still stubborn and I passed my leadership, so there we are. Over here, I managed to put no wounds on the engine.
Yeah.
And he managed to kill 1. He also stuck on his leadership test.
With a very slim margin. I rolled pretty low.
Pretty low. Over here, my meat grinder got its wheels up and did a total of 4 hits. Managed to kill 1.
1, yeah.
Yes, the rats didn't do anything else, and he killed a lot of rats. But I'm steadfast and I stuck.
Yeah.
Over here, these are the Plague Disciples.
You fought against Imperial Guards with the general.
My special attacks did 2 wounds to his general and killed him outright. The other ones killed a lot of Imperial Guards, and they...
down to 2, I think.
Down to 2.
Yeah.
So we only had his champion and his standard bearer.
Due to frenzy.
Due to frenzy. He fled, I ran and I caught him.
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like before the start of Empire of Sonstal, turn 3.
Yeah. Men vad pekar si?
So, Watertheplant, he forgot to combat reform his engine.
But gallant as Knowlaugh is, he let me do it anyway. I turned it around, rolled a total of 4 or 3.
Yeah, a 3.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So I managed to combat reform and turn around, and I reformed my electoral knights. And these guys, the heavy infantry, who are now at a number of 12, rallied and reformed.
So the electoral knights, they couldn't charge the gutter rats because the cannon was in the way. And there's not much else to move for the Empire Sunstall player.
Really isn't.
There's not much magic as well.
There's some bounce spells. I'm going to do those.
Okay. Okay, so after close combat, I managed to hack down 4 of the flagellants and put a wound on the steam tank. He killed 6 of my guys back, so I lose combat, and this time I didn't hold.
Oh man.
We realized that we've been playing with the war platform slightly
wrong.
Slightly wrong. So, but now we learn. So it's time to run.
It's time to run, and I'll be rolling for both me and Knowlaugh. No, I won't.
No, you won't. I will be rolling for myself.
Yeah. So I can only pursue with the flagellant, as a steam tank can never pursue. And you may roll first.
So I roll a
7.
8. It's an 8 because I'm the vermin. And I run faster.
But I run 9.
You run 9. Okay. So let's see how that looks. Okay, so this is how it looks post-combat. My vermin demon killed 9 of them to the man. The 6 thunderstorms. His steam tank has reformed to face like this. The combat with the engine, my gut rats finished it off. The lucky throw.
5 poison? 4?
And 5 poison.
Yeah, but it was new time for the engine.
So this is how it looks before Vermin Swarm turn 4. For the movement of the Vermin Swarm turn 4, my general charges into a steam tank. The Battle of Giants.
Yeah.
The gut rats, they reformed after the last combat, as did the general. They charged into the cannon. My plague disciples, they made a long charge, needing an 8, and got into the electoral cav. My totemic summon, only has 1 wound left. He leaped forward randomly into the heavy infantry. As for my BSB's unit, he performed a 9-inch charge into the...
16-inch charge.
16-inch charge.
Needing a 9.
Needing a 9 into the other BSB, his rival BSB. And that's it for the movement onto magic. So with my 9 die to his 5, I got grave calls off with the amplified version and killed his flagellants to the man. Only his prelate survived. I cast Mark for Doom on him, but that was dispelled. So with my last remaining die, I got off Hand of Glory, so my Vermin Demon now has a 4+ word save, which will come in handy versus the stank.
Oh man. So, Vermin Swarm shooting. This globe launcher fires off at the prelate, doing 22. Here we have a toss of 11 die times 2, so 22 hits. And Knowlaugh, go ahead. Hitting on 4s.
I have to hit them first though. So that's... Yeah, so that's 13.
13 hits.
Winning on 4s, right?
Toughness 4.
Toughness 4, winning on 5s.
Winning on 5s.
3 wounds.
How much armor save am I allowed to have against this?
Exactly 0.
Which means that the prelate is dead.
Okay, so we just finished the 4th round of close combat. The BSB's unit got charged by the giant rats. I killed 2 of the Imperial infantry with my chief, BSB. My giant rats, 9 of them got to hit. I hit with 8 attacks and I wounded with 7 of them. And he failed to save. So after combat only his BSB was left and he auto-broke. I pursued him down with my BSB and reformed to start thinking about the objective.
Right here.
Right here. The combat between the my general and the steam tank, I took 2 wounds off of him. He wounded me once, but I saved with my 4+ word save. My gut rats killed off the cannon. And then, as the final insult, my
Final insult.
my plague disciples, who charged the electoral cavalry with their special attacks, I wounded him 4 times.
Pretty decent.
He lost 4 of his cavalry.
Yeah.
And Watertheplant, gallant as he is, decided to throw in the towel.
No, I just withdrew with all my honor intact.
So we still have to count up the points, but it looks like a, if not a 20-point victory to the Vermin Swarm, it's
Pretty close to that, if not 20.
close to that.
Yeah. So it's a very decisive victory in the favor of Vermin Swarm. And this is the 4th out of 4 possible victories for the Vermin Swarm over my Empire of Sonsdal army. I've managed to beat you once with the Ogre Kingdoms, but I have a lot of unsettled debts to do, so we'll be looking for a rematch, I think.
Remember, that was only a warband fight though, so it doesn't really count.
Oh, okay, it doesn't really count.
You get nothing, sir.
Alright, that's all from Torshov Krigshammerklubb tonight.